Hi, I'm Ray Sheen. I'd like to talk with you now about budget baselines. These are management's financial intent of what they'll be doing with the company over the next time period.
At its core, a budget baseline is a communication tool. A baseline communicates a plan for how an organization or individual intends to achieve a goal. Managers can then use that plan to guide their decision and track their progress. A budget baseline puts that plan into financial terms. A manager can then track their actual expenditures and compare it to the plan to determine if they are likely to achieve the financial goal represented by the budget baseline. At the business unit level, the budget baseline is often called an annual operating plan or OP plan and is normally created for each fiscal year. For a functional department like IT or engineering, the annual department budget is the baseline and it is also created for a fiscal year. A project budget baseline is the spending plan for the project, and it normally runs from project start to project end. Let's dig a little deeper into each of these. I'll talk about the OP plan first. As I mentioned, it is normally set at a business unit level, and it conveys the business unit management's team intent for how they plan to financially execute the business strategy during the year. At the top level, it usually takes the form of an earnings statement and cash flow statement for the year with a balance sheet at the beginning and end of the year. It has all the planned sales revenue and all the planned costs. If there are some unusual items that are planned to occur during the year, these are included, but often those are segregated into special accounts. These estimated financial reports are often shared with investors to show them management's intent for the year. The other financial baselines, such as the sales forecast, department budget, and project budgets, are derived from the OP plan, though often in an iterative manner with feedback from the functional departments before it is finalized. The business unit management is often measured upon how well they meet their OP plan commitments. Achieving OP plan is viewed as a sign of a good manager and leader. Let's switch over to the functional department budget. The department budget baseline contains the planned costs and investments that the functional department intends to incur during the time period of the budget. Normally, these budget baselines are set up for a fiscal year. The functional management team is often allocated a total amount of money for the year by the business. They must use that money to sustain their operations and implement the strategy. The budget baseline shows how they intend to do that. The department budget baseline is usually allocated into accounts, and those accounts are spread out over 12 months to determine the spending that is planned for each month in that account. As a department manager, I would normally have at least 20 and sometimes as many as 50 accounts, not counting project accounts. Some of the more common accounts are personnel, travel, supplies, contractor or temps, and since I was an engineering manager, I normally had several equipment accounts. Use an account structure that makes it easy for you to understand what is happening in your department without burying yourself or your people in the bureaucracy of tracking micro accounts. Generally, large projects have their own budget baselines. These projects are typically cross-functional, so the project costs are spread across multiple departments. The project budget baseline is where they are coordinated and integrated. The project budget baseline should have all the planned spending, both investment and expense, that are required to conduct project activities. Unlike the OP plan and department budget, which are based upon the fiscal calendar, the project budget is based upon the project start and end dates. However, like the OP plan and department budgets, the project budget baseline shows the project manager's intent for how resources will be applied to project activities to achieve the project objective. The project budget baseline is also allocated into sub-accounts, just like the department budget baselines. However, the project often has many more accounts. It must further allocate its budget based upon project phases, business departments, and sometimes even creating a separate account for each project task.
Budget baselines are how management communicates its plans and intent for the business. The OP plan looks at the annual plan for the business. The department budget looks at just the department plan on an annual basis. And the project budget looks at the project plan from project start to project finish. All three are interrelated.